Eric here, bringing you more of the Cranberry Lifestyle YouTube channel. It's that time of year. We're coming out of summer and moving into fall. So that means two things. Kids are going back to school and we're getting ready to harvest. I'm gonna get a couple jobs done here in the morning, get some irrigation going, move a little dirt, and then we're gonna get down in these beds and we'll check out the berries. Some of them are getting nice color on them and they taste really good. And we've also got two pumps, as you can see behind me here, and they'll pump the water and the berries out and we separate them. I can't wait to share that process with you as we get into harvest time. It's gonna be a good one. You guys are gonna enjoy this. Let's get into it. All right, it's September 2nd. We're gonna get these kids off to school. It's first day back to school. What grade are you going in?
Grade 1.
Wow. Super excited?
Yeah. Put the baby's window down. I want to say hi to her.
Hi, baby.
Hi. Hi. Hey, Daddy.
What grade are you going in?
3.
You're going in grade 3. Wow. You got my bike there.
Work on computers.
You want to work on computers?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I'll have to take your bike with me. I'll throw it in my truck, okay?
Yeah, try to fix it. Guys, the bus is almost here. Hurry up.
I've had this bike since college. I think we'll have to fix this seat and give it some new rubber.
Football player, 16.
Look at me.
I hear something coming. Mommy, how far along are you right now?
20 weeks today.
20 weeks today.
Halfway.
Is Trey's gonna be in my school?
You can bend your arm a little bit. Does it even look like a heart?
Bend your thumb. Try to bend your thumb.
A for effort. Come here, guys. Give me a big hug. Here.
Good morning, everybody. Everybody go at like 7.
Okay.
Everybody go.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
All right, Mommy, let's celebrate our first day of freedom. I'm gonna go turn that irrigation on and just get some water on the plants right now. We're coming into our harvest season now. Berries are getting nice and big. I want to keep it that way. They're taking on a nice red color, some of them. Starting to get that crimson red. We have another beautiful morning here. We're in early September. My little sidekicks, they're back to school. Summer break is over. We're moving into fall. We're getting really close to our harvest season here. I can see this sun is starting to come up now. The first thing I'm gonna do this morning, I've got dew on those plants, so I'm gonna run down. I'll turn that irrigation system on. Let's try this out. Ah, something's wrong. Let's go see what's happening. I think that might be our issue. So we have a bad battery. I'll have to jump it. And just a quick tip, usually better to hook your clamps onto the dead battery first. That way if you touch these ends, they won't spark. You might also short your truck out and blow some fuses. Okay, let's try that again. 3, 2, 1. Once I'm done irrigating, I'll take you around the farm here and we'll check out our Pilgrims. We've got those Stevens, we've got Ben Lears, and we've also got those Melica Queens. We'll check them out and see what they're looking like, compare them. We got a little bit of damage and some burnt spots from the drought. I'll show you that too. It looks pretty crazy. As you can see behind me here, we've got some new ground. We've been working on this this expansion. So a company down the road needed a place to put all this fill. And down here in this low area, we've got these floods that come in. So I said, absolutely, we'll take some ground. We can start building it up and get our land built up enough here so we can stay out of those floods. We'll have an area back here. Maybe we can put in a garage or something and get our equipment up higher. I've got some dirt here I want to spread out with the dozer first. This is the stuff that they're bringing me from that site. You can take a look over here. It's built up nicely. And those trees are going to provide a lot of shade for us here soon. We've got another lift over there coming up, and that'll be the last one. Yeah, it looks good. I'd also like to take you guys over and show you our berry pumps. We have 2 of them right now. We've got a brand new one on order, and I hope I can get here for our harvest. Doesn't look like it's going to because of these tariffs that have been going on. It kind of complicated things. If I get a chance, I'll run you through that as well and show you the 2 different pumps we have. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna spread this little bit of dirt out back here. We have this handy little dozer. It's working great for spreading these piles. You just dig into it a little bit at the side and it pushes it out no problem. Well, I got some damage done to this track here. You see right here, it busted off. So I've got this whole section here missing. You can see there's not a whole lot to it. These tracks were actually designed for rice paddies. The guy was telling me who we bought this from. So this is a little Mitsubishi. And basically these tracks here act as like a sort of like a float inside of those rice paddies, and you know, they allow it to get in there. It's a fun little machine to ride. I'm glad we got that spread out. This pad here is looking really nice. It's up high. You can see how high we are here from the ground. That's great. So we can get something up here, a lot of potential. All right. Well, we know what this means.
Priority parking.
We made it to the hospital. We're just gonna run in. Danielle's got an appointment here. We'll be able to get an idea now if we're having a boy or girl. This is pretty exciting. So we'll run in here. We'll see what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, I did. You let me. Funny. I think I'm just on time. Danielle stretch. 110. Yes. I got your pictures, yeah, and I'll meet you out there. Yep. All right.
All right. That was a great little appointment. We're not going to reveal anything, no. It's a big surprise. But we're very happy. Baby looks really good and healthy. It's a little smaller than a cube of butter. I think so. So I'm heading down into the farm here. This is the one we've got the Pilgrims, we've got the Benlears, the Stevens, 3 different species. We'll check them out and we'll see how they look. We're going to start here with these Pilgrims. Right here where I'm walking, it's a bit bushy. I'm just coming down though, so you know we've got some berries there. And this side, this is a little bushy. We don't have many in there. These Pilgrims aren't notoriously great for getting a big yield, but you can see there they are. It's a little bushy this year. Some of the berries, they're coming along. I mean, you got all kinds of different sizes. Here's some nice big ones. I found last year that this farm actually produced the biggest berries for some reason. They were just huge. We had some that were like almost the size of a loonie. I'm just walking in a patch here where it's just not a whole lot of berries, a lot of bush. So maybe that got a little too much fertilizer. At the same time, this species here, these Pilgrims are being phased out. Eventually we'll renovate these beds and get a better producing plant in here. Let's head down, we'll check out the Stevens. We're heading down in this bed here. These are our Stevens variety. They look way better. Check it out. And you can just see them there. If I get a little closer, all those red berries. So look how nice those are. After we get some colder weather, these green ones, they'll start to turn red. Getting some good color on those now. You see they're a bright red. And once they get wet, when we harvest them, they'll have that nice crimson red on there. I like the look of this one. Here's one berry. So we've got one berry sitting on this vine, so I'm going to take that. It actually looks great all the way around. I'll just rub it off on my shirt. It might be a little bitter, but when they're ripe, they actually have a nice flavor. Yeah, not quite ripe. A little harder than I'd like. I'll just give them a quick clean. Good. The thing is with this farm, and all cranberry farms, we build them with sand. And so there's like 8 inches of sand in some areas, 9 inches, maybe 10 inches on some farms. With all that sand, the water drains really nice. But when farms have a drought and all that moisture is gone, it's really hard to top it back up because that water just wants to disappear. But you can see behind me here, it got real scorched. Here's another spot, it looks pretty bad. You can see though, the majority of the bed is fine. We got a lot of berries to make up for it. That's just what happens when you have a drought. I just can't help but notice all the berries as I'm walking out of here though. Let's take one more look. Well, I can't walk past that one. Okay, we're here at our Benlears. I definitely like what I see. They're a little smaller this year. I would say they just didn't get enough moisture, you know, with that drought. But look at those. Since they're a little more ripe, they should have a sweeter taste to them. Uh-oh, lost one. Really like the color on those. Good size. Those are really good. I'm done over here. We'll head over to the other farm. We'll check out the Mullica Queens. We'll also check out the Stevens over there. We still have lots of honeybees around here, so they'd have a bunch of honey inside their hives. A lot of that would have came from our farm here when we had the flowers. So they're alive. They look like they're doing really well and buzzing. Well, we'll try to get a little closer and see how active they are. They don't seem overly aggressive right now. I think those cooler mornings are just kind of keeping them calmed down. I'm not going to push it though. I don't want to get stung, so I'm going to get the heck out of here. Before I head over to the other farm, I'm actually just going to take a look here. This is our pond 2, the one we've been topping up. We haven't been pushing it too hard on the equipment, but we've got it up a considerable amount. So with our reservoir here, we're able to hold enough water and we can get our irrigation done, but it uses a lot of it up. So, you know, we're trying to top everything up, but we're using it at the same time. It's been a different kind of year with this drought. I'm at the next farm here. We have Stevens on this one as well. I'm just gonna check them out first and then we'll head to the Mullica Queens. I really like what I'm seeing here. There's so many of them. Sometimes I feel bad walking down here to check things out because I am stepping on fruit. We have a small berry there, so that one is either too small because of the drought, or it actually is a good thing. Sometimes what happens is they're so small, they'll actually abort after a while, and this will just shrivel up. Eventually they'll turn into that, and we won't be able to harvest that. That'll just sit down here. It'll fall underneath this canopy. Overall on this farm, the Stevens are looking really good. Let's check our Mullica Queens out. This year it looks like we'll get maybe 25 or 30,000 pounds per acre. All right, last but not least, we'll check out our new Mullica Queens. These berries look really good. They look like they sized up really well. One thing you'll notice out here in this bed, we've got a lot more weeds, more of these taller trees coming up. The reason for this is because this bed isn't as dense and there's not as much of a canopy of vines on here. So it gives a lot more access to these weeds and the seeds. A couple more years and we'll have it looking really good, just like these other beds. It just takes time. Got a lot of fruit in here. Yeah, things look really good. It's really nice to see these Mullica Queens finally taking off. It's gonna be really exciting, and this is gonna be a great year to show you all and just how many berries we're gonna get off here. I'll try to show you as much as I can, and by the time we're done harvest, you never know, there might be ice out here on the water. Things are gonna change pretty quick. I'll give you one more look at these Mullica Queens. So we've got a couple here on top. This one actually looks pretty decent. It's not quite ripe. I'll grab this one as well. It's got some nice color on it. Let's give it a taste. Just a little bit bitter. They're still a month out from being ripe. I've got a taste for these cranberries, so it's good for me. Okay, let's head over and I'll show you those harvesters. This machine right here is actually a blower, and as we put the berries down through the top, the blower blows all those stems and leaves off it. This is the harvester that we'll be using to do our dry harvest. It has nothing to do with water. We actually just drive it down in the beds and we pick those berries off. It's pretty cool, quite dynamic. Someone put a lot of thought into it and it works. It actually works really good. One of the hardest things is it's really low. So for a tall guy like me, I'm constantly bending over like this. It can make your back a little sore after a while. And it's real. They're pretty heavy too, so you've got to really be able to hold on to it as it's driving along. It'll really pull away from you if you're not careful. These rollers right here, those are what make it move forward and backward. So these chains and gears, they run this in here, which is, this thing pulls the berries off the vines, feeds them up onto this, and this little conveyor belt brings them all the way up. And we'll have a bag attached right here. It just hangs off this, there's like a nail here. Right behind me, we've got our two harvesters. Their main function is to suck the water and the berries out. We drain the water back into the pond. We separate the berries. They go up this conveyor belt. We'll just load them up into a tractor trailer. This pipe here, we'll hook it on the other side, and it basically just discharges the excess water. I'll get up top and I'll show you how this works. It's all PTO shaft driven. This part right here, that'll be in the water. A pipe hooks onto it, and that pipe gets hooked on right there. The berries and water will come up through here, comes up through this hose, and right in here. So all the water, the berries go through here. Water obviously goes down in between these, and the berries run down. They have a second rinse, and then berries come out, drop down here, straight into our elevator. And that'll feed them up into the truck. With these pumps slash harvesters, we've got a lot of moving parts. Unfortunately, as it gets older, they just keep breaking. We have to do a lot of welding on the spot, so we'll get the welder out in the field. And we'll have to kind of do some maintenance. These chains here, the links on them will bust a lot. Here's all the hydraulic levers, so that operates the equipment. We've also got valves, another one there. Got to be really careful because when we have this thing up at good RPMs and we've got a lot of water running through it, if you close it when you're not supposed to or you open it when you're not supposed to, we've had some pipes burst on us in the past. So you see that's the conveyor that takes the berries up. Underneath though, you can see there's the elevator, the bottom of it. So this conveyor takes out all the garbage that we don't need, which is like vine leaves or just older berries or berries that didn't quite make it through. And they'll go up here. We put this lid on, and that allows us to open up and get in there safely. We shut everything off. Sometimes the trash will get jammed up on the bottom, and we'll have to scoop it out and clean it. This one behind me here is a little different, and it's for the other farm, just a different design. This is the part of the pump that sucks the water and the berries in. And you can see the line here. What we're able to do is actually get in between two beds and swing from one to the other, which is convenient. And then this big pipe here above me will lower that, and that'll go into a bin, and that's where the other trash goes, right? The leaves and the old berries and stuff that we don't want going into the truck. Same concept. As we get into harvest, you'll be able to see how these work properly. I can't wait to share it with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something new, and I'll catch you on the next one.